and be presented by the Samora Livingston.
Thank you, Sister Tisa. I think I heard you were breaking up just a little bit, but are we ready to honor Dr. Mukwege?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Okay, thank you. Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Everyone, welcome. My name is Dr. Samori Livingston. I'm a member of Friends of the Congo Atlanta, and I also represent Morehouse College's Africana Study program. And I'm here to honor a man whose work stands alone for itself. Friends of the Congo Atlanta is honored to recognize Dr. Denis Mukwege for his incredible contribution to Congo, Africa, and the world at large. It is vital that we understand that Dr. Mukwege's feats as a world-renowned surgeon who has repaired tens of thousands of Congolese women's bodies who have suffered the most severe and egregious forms of rape, genital mutilation, and terror would in of itself be worthy of international recognition and acclaim. However, Dr. Mukwege is not simply rested on his accomplishments and acclaim as a doctor who mends women, as the film about him with a similar title describes. He has not fudged around the edges and focused solely on the symptoms of the atrocities that have disfigured so many women in the Congo. Rather, Dr. Mukwege has struck directly to the source of these women and children who have been victims of a targeted and protracted war against Congolese people. He has gone beyond his vocation as a surgeon to become a champion for truth, a champion for justice, a champion for peace, a champion for human dignity in the heart of the African continent. Dr. Mukwege has not remained silent about the rampant impunity, the egregious lack of accountability, or the profound absence of justice. No, Dr. Mukwege has broken his silence on these highly political and geopolitical questions. He has become Congo's and Africa's champion for justice. He has done so with great risk of life and limb, having already survived one assassination attempt where he lost his dear friend and employee, Jeff, and are currently facing more threats from neighboring countries that have been a major source of the crimes in the Congo. Dr. Mukwege, you are being hailed from the hometown of a fellow Nobel Peace Prize laureate, the trumpeter for justice and champion for justice, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The beneficiaries of Dr. King's labor and sacrifice, the Black community of Atlanta, the African immigrant community of Atlanta, Black folks throughout the United States, and people of goodwill, we see you, we appreciate you, and we have your back 100%. We stand with you and in your call for an international tribunal for the crimes committed in the Congo. We stand with you in your call for the full implementation of the UN mapping exercise report. We stand with you in your call for justice for the people of the Congo. We stand with you in your call for peace in the Congo and the Great Lakes region of Africa. Atlanta, America, please welcome Dr. Denis Mukwege, a global champion for peace, justice, and human dignity. Thank you.
Chers amis du Congo, Friends of Congo, mesdames et messieurs, mes chers compatriotes, c'est avec un grand plaisir que je me joins à vous et me voir discerner le prix Patrice Lumumba. Par ce prix, vous voulez témoigner tout simplement votre engagement pour un Congo pacifié et prospère, un prérequis qui est indispensable pour permettre enfin à notre pays, notre cher Congo, et à la population congolaise. Ici, je fais vraiment la grande différence, parce que nous avons beaucoup de gens qui aiment le Congo pour ses richesses, mais qui n'aiment pas la population congolaise. Vous, votre engagement, c'est pour les deux. c'est pour les Congos et pour les Congolaises et les Congolais, permettre de développer ses potentialités dans l'intérêt national de sa population. Après des décennies d'esclavage et de colonisation, des dictatures et des conflits visant à s'accaparer de nos richesses, nous ne pouvons plus accepter l'inacceptable. Le deux poids, deux mesures.
Est-ce que je peux aussi traduire pour l'audience qui est en train de nous suivre présentement, de tous les amis de Friends of Congo, alors que vous parliez de la République démocratique du Congo, si je peux traduire en anglais?
Je pensais que vous aviez une traduction simultanée, mais vous pouvez.
Oui, malheureusement, on n'a pas une traduction simultanée. On entendait relayer directement de vous.
Ah, d'accord. Bon, ben, je crois que, alors, je vais lentement pour que vous puissiez traduire, puisque...
Ça va m'aider.
OK.
Merci beaucoup, docteur. Alors, vous pouvez commencer maintenant. Je suis prêt.
Alors, donc, je veux dire, chers Friends of Congo, chers amis,
Dear friend of
chers
Congo,
compatriotes, messieurs et madame,
dear brothers and sisters,
pour moi, c'est un grand plaisir de me voir discerner le prix Patrice Lumumba, qui est votre initiative.
it's a great pleasure for me to receive this Patrice Emery Lumumba Award, which has been your initiative.
Par ce prix, vous voulez témoigner votre engagement pour un Congo pacifié et prospère, ce qui est un prérequis indispensable pour permettre enfin à notre cher pays et à la population congolaise de développer ses potentialités dans l'intérêt général de tout le monde.
From this award here I'm receiving, I would like to mention here my commitment to work for a peaceful Congo and a developing country toward working for peace and reconciliation.
Je pense que pour moi, c'est très important d'insister sur le fait que beaucoup de gens aiment le Congo, mais ils aiment le Congo pour ses richesses.
It is very important for me here to highlight that so many people love the Democratic Republic of Congo, but only for its minerals.
Mais vous, vous aimez les Congolaises et les Congolais.
But you love Congolese
pour pouvoir les aider à développer les potentialités que le Congo a, et ceci pour tous les Congolais.
because you want to help them develop all different potentials that they have.
Après des décennies d'esclavage et de colonisation,
After so many years of colonization and slavery,
après des dictatures et des conflits visant à s'accaparer de nos richesses,
after so many dictatorships, which has been taking over all our minerals,
nous ne pouvons plus accepter l'inacceptable.
we cannot accept what is not acceptable.
Le deux poids, deux mesures de la communauté internationale qui est à la base des temps d'inégalité, de discrimination et d'injustice ne peut plus durer.
The two justice law from the international court can no longer be tolerated.
Il est temps de restaurer notre dignité, de réclamer nos droits et de mettre un terme à la violence.
It's time to reclaim our dignity,
De réclamer nos droits et de mettre un terme à la violence.
to claim what is ours and put an end to violence.
Après plus de 20 ans de présence d'une des plus grandes missions de maintien de la paix des Nations Unies,
after more than 20 years of the biggest and largest United Nations mission in the Congo,
une multitude d'accords de paix,
multiple peace agreements,
ni l'option sécuritaire, ni l'option politique n'ont permis de protéger les civils.
none of the security measurement or local government has been able to protect the local people
Ou mettre fin à la violence et à l'instabilité.
even put an end to a lot of violence happening.
Si les tentatives de solutions sécuritaires et politiques de ces dernières décennies ont systématiquement failli à protéger les populations civiles,
If all the temptations or trials to bring security for local people in the Congo has failed,
et à instaurer la paix, c'est tout simplement en raison du fait que les accords politiques
or even
Okay.
bring peace, it's simply because all political agreements
ont sacrifié la justice en accordant des promotions à des criminels.
they choose to give up on justice and give rights to criminals.
Et en sacrifiant ainsi la justice, ils ont tout simplement intégré dans nos forces de sécurité et de défense et dans nos institutions des criminels.
By choosing to give up on justice, they have decided to bring in our system criminals.
Les responsables politiques et militaires des atrocités des masses qui ont endeuillé chaque famille congolaise depuis des décennies
Political leaders and even military leaders have bring a lot of death and mourn in different families in the Congo.
ont traumatisé toute notre société, occupent toujours aujourd'hui des positions de pouvoir
Those
et devraient
who
être
have traumatized the Congolese communities are still into some leadership position right now.
et tout cela devrait être tenus responsables de leurs crimes devant la justice nationale et internationale.
All those who would have right now to be paying for all their criminals acts at the international court are still free of charge.
Chers amis du Congo,
Dear friends of the Congo,
alors que de nombreuses voix évoquent une stratégie de sortie de la MONUSCO,
so many voices have been raised to call upon the let go of MONUSCO out of the country.
il nous semble primordial de mobiliser toutes les énergies pour profiter de la présence de la communauté internationale en DRC pour avancer en fait sur le chemin de la paix durable par la justice.
It's very important for us to grab this opportunity and highlight the need to call for international courts to be present in the Democratic Republic of Congo for a peace of a long term.
Telle est la raison pour laquelle nous sommes engagés dans un plaidoyer pour la mise en œuvre des recommandations du rapport mapping des Nations Unies.
This is the reason why we have initiated conversation to request that voices are being joined to raise a concern to the international court.
Et si nous évoquons les voix sur les violations les plus graves des droits de l'homme et des droits internationaux humanitaires commises en République démocratique du Congo entre 1993 et 2003,
And if we actually invite all highest criminal offense which has been committed in the Democratic Republic of Congo between 1993 and 2012.
2003 plutôt,
2003,
et qui a été publié il y a 10 ans par le Haut Commissariat des Nations Unies pour le droit de l'homme,
of which the highest international community of human rights has been notified.
c'est puisque nous croyons fermement que c'est le moment de relever ces rapports.
It because we think this is the right time to bring back that report.
Ces rapports qui documentent 617 crimes internationaux,
That report which actually highlighted 617 crimes committed in the Democratic Republic of Congo,
retrace tout simplement l'une des pages les plus sombres et tragiques de notre histoire.
and which has actually led to the darkest page in the history of our country.
Et des solutions en appelant les autorités congolaises et la communauté internationale à utiliser tous les outils de la justice transitionnelle au Congo.
Calling upon the local government and even the international court to use what they have in power to bring justice in the Congo.
Nous sommes encouragés par la récente communication du président de la
We are actually very encouraged by the recent speech from the Congolese president.
C'est un homme politique sans lien avec les crimes du passé.
Excusez-moi, j'ai pas bien entendu, docteur.
C'est un homme politique sans lien avec les crimes du passé.
He is a politician who is not linked to any of the crimes committed in the country in the past.
Et qui a instruit le gouvernement congolais de mettre les dossiers de la justice transitionnelle à son agenda du Conseil des ministres en date du 7 août 2020.
But who has instructed his government to bring back the report, the criminal report on his last meeting on October 17th.
Chers friends of Congo,
Dear friend of Congo,
il faut saisir ce momentum.
we have to grab this opportunity, this time.
Et nous sommes très inspirés par le réveil de la population congolaise
We are very inspired by the awareness of people in the Congo
qui s'engage avec de plus en plus de conviction pour exiger la mise en place d'un tribunal pénal international pour le Congo.
who are now committed and fully engaged into putting in place a international and a national court of justice,
Mais aussi pour des chambres spécialisées mixtes pour garantir une justice indépendante et impartiale.
but also having different mixed system, which will ensure a sustainable justice for everyone,
Qui pourra mettre en fait fin à l'impunité dont jouissent les auteurs et les commanditaires politiques et militaires des crimes commis sur notre population.
which will put an end to unpunished crimes which has been perpetuating and live longer in the Congo.
Et ceci, c'est depuis 1990 jusqu'à aujourd'hui.
And this is since 1997 up to today.
90.
1990 up to today.
Nous sommes au début de ce processus de justice transitionnelle
We are right at the beginning of this justice
que nous espérons nous amènera de la dictature à la démocratie.
of which we hope it will take us from dictatorship to real democracy.
et de la guerre à la paix.
and from war to peace.
Il faut commencer par définir une stratégie holistique de la justice transitionnelle.
Which has to start with defining what really justice means,
Qui devra prévoir des mécanismes judiciaires et non judiciaires
which has to provide all systems, judicial systems and non-judicial systems,
pour que les droits et la vérité soient dits.
so that truth should be said,
Pour que les victimes, les survivants et les communautés affectées obtiennent des réparations.
so that victims and communities which has been affected can be compensated.
Et pour qu'on garantisse en fait par des réformes ambitieuses le non-renouvellement des atrocités.
So that they can guarantee the local people of not being affected anyhow.
Et vraiment, nous insistons sur la non-répétition.
We really put an emphasis on not repeating ourselves or not repeating what has happened.
Si l'on veut honorer la mémoire des pères fondateurs de notre indépendance,
If we really want to honor the memory of our forefather, our democracy forefathers,
et des millions de morts dont la vie a été fauchée par la barbarie humaine,
and so many lives which has been taken from human barbarism,
s'ils vraiment on veut construire un Congo plus beau, pacifié, prospère,
if we want to build a strong and beautiful, united Congo,
nous devons aujourd'hui mettre fin à l'impunité, car
we have to
nous
put
devons mettre,
on punishment,
car le chemin de la paix passera par la justice.
because the way to justice, the way to peace, go through real justice.
Je gage qu'ensemble, nous y parviendrons.
I think all together we will get there.
Et nous avons besoin de notre diaspora.
And we really need our diaspora.
Nous avons besoin de tous les amis du Congo, de quelque nationalité que ce soit.
We need all friends of the Congo, wherever they are.
Parce que je crois que nous partageons la même humanité et il nous appartient tous de pouvoir lutter pour que le peuple congolais puisse quitter cette forme d'esclavage moderne que la population vit aujourd'hui.
We all belong to the same humanities, and we fight for the same cause. So it's important that we all come together to fight so that the people in the Congo may live a good life.
C'est possible.
It's possible.
Si chacun de vous aujourd'hui joue son rôle, je suis certain que nous allons y arriver.
If any one of you play your individual roles, we will get there.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the Patrice of the Policeman Humanitarian.
Greetings, attendees, and all of our honored guests, and particularly for you, Dr. Mukwege. I would like to present this award to Dr. Mukwege. Our Patrice Lumumba Humanitarian Award is given to an individual who has demonstrated through action commitment, dedication, compassion, undying love for his or her people, and exemplary leadership in the ongoing struggle for the complete liberation of the Congo and its people. Challenging the status quo, international interference, and intervention. This individual has demonstrated outstanding national and/or international capacity by contributing to the alleviation of human suffering, protection of life, and the promotion of health. Friends of the Congo awards the Patrice Lumumba Humanitarian Award to Dr. Denis Mukwege for demonstrating profound commitment, dedication, devotion, and unyielding courage, for being an advocate and activist for the rights of Congolese women and staunch defender of human rights in the fight for justice and dignity for African people.
Merci. Merci.
Unwaveringly, you march to the call in your heart for justice and dignity. You march through death for life. You embody the spirit of Patrice Lumumba, and may the Congolese people, the Pan-African people around the globe, and all of humanity never forget your sacrifices for their lives and welfare. Thank you, Dr. Mukwege. It's a profound pleasure and humility that we give you this award.
Madame, c'est moi qui vous remercie pour ces prix que j'accepte avec beaucoup d'humilité, parce que je pense que Lumumba, pour nous tous, représente un homme qui a su donner sa vie pour défendre les droits des Congolais. Et je vous remercie sincèrement d'accepter ces prix. Merci.
I accept this award, and I'm the one who is very honored by this. I say thank you so much for your commitment and dedication to support the Congolese community. Merci beaucoup, docteur.
Je vous en prie. Merci.
Dr. Mukwege.
Je viens d'un pays le plus riche de la planète. Pourtant, le peuple de mon pays est parmi les plus pauvres du monde. La réalité troublante est que l'abondance de nos ressources naturelles, or, coltan, cobalt et d'autres minéraux stratégiques, alimente la guerre, source de la violence extrême et de la pauvreté abjecte en République démocratique du Congo. Le peuple congolais est humilié, maltraité, massacré depuis plus de 2 décennies au vu et au su de la communauté internationale.
Welcome to Pansy
I'm the
Hospital.
medical director at the Hospital of Panzi. Here in Panzi, we deal with women victims of sexual violence. Most women who come here have experienced personal tragedies, but also tragedies on their own bodies since they were raped, and they have often been raped by several people and in turn. They were taken into sexual slavery in the forest.
Here is the office where psychosocial assistants are working. They are the ones who listen to the mothers, listen to the survivors. When the survivor arrives at the hospital and is entrusted into my care, I have to trust her. I welcome her and try to ensure that she is free to talk to me.
I am at the Pansies Hospital because I was raped by the Interhamwe. They came to our village and they began killing my husband and 3 of my children. Then they raped me. After they raped me, the Pansies Hospital sent a team to search the victims of the war. When the team arrived, I was still there, raped, and a pungent smell began to emanate from me, like I was dead.
There is a fierceness on their genital apparatus, and the only purpose is destroying them. Some women end up with rectovaginal or vesicovaginal fistulas. When these fistulas occur from the penetration of objects or toxic products into the vagina, they are called traumatic fistulas. A fistula results in uncontrolled loss of urine and loss of fecal matter. These women have had this disability. They have an unbearable odor, so they are rejected, and they are also considered as women of the Interahamwe.
In all the conflict in the world, the use of rape as a weapon of war, it should not go unpunished. If we can all stand up and say it's not acceptable, I'm sure that this can be solved. I'm Denis Mukwege. I'm the medical director of Panzi Hospital in Democratic Republic of Congo.
We truly, truly appreciate you, our hero in our eyes. Thank you again, Friends of the Congo. Next up, I'd like to introduce you guys to another organization that's here based in Atlanta, Kokomatu. Kokomatu, which stands for Congolese Community of Atlanta, is a nonprofit organization in Atlanta, Georgia, that was established in 2000. Its goal is to promote the Democratic Republic of the Congo, its culture and values through personal development and education. Its members take their role seriously and ensure that the Atlanta Congolese community is educated, acknowledged, and supported. Kokomatu is no stranger to Friends of the Congo. And during this difficult year, they have been showing great dedication and commitment to the Congolese community. None of this year's political distractions or even the worldwide pandemic could stop the Coco Model train. The devastation of COVID-19 has left no borders untouched and governments exhausted. Its leadership and members band together to identify the issues that the African communities were facing and found real solutions. Since the start of the pandemic, Coco Model has arranged over a dozen food drives throughout Georgia. The food drives also include information regarding COVID-19, activities for children, voting, and census 2020. Their can-do attitude and devotion is exemplary. Here I have presenting to you the Community Collaboration Award to Coco Model.
Yes.
The Community Collaboration Award is awarded to an organization who has collaborated with the Friends of the Congo to advocate for the advancement of African people everywhere. On behalf of Friends of the Congo, we would like to present the Community Collaboration Award for demonstrating dedication and commitment while working to advance the Congolese community in Georgia, especially during times of economic hardship. Coco Model is the bridge between the Congo and the Congolese community in Atlanta. You have become the lifeline for several hundreds of families throughout Georgia by orchestrating community food drives. You've shown Pan-African solidarity and similarities with the mission of Friends of the Congo. On behalf of Coco Model, we have Didi accepting this award. Brother Didi, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm very humbled and very pleased to have met Dr. Mukwege as well. This is very emotional for our community, and I'm thankful for your support, being around us, being our community in Atlanta. Thank you very much again, and we'll meet very soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brother Didi. Brother Didi is with Coco Model, and we also have a short video presentation to highlight some of their contributions for this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next award recipient goes to Grupo Nzinga de Capoeira, Angola. Grupo Nzinga de Capoeira, Angola, Atlanta is also known as Grupo Nzinga Atlanta and is a local capoeira band operated by Medium that promotes an Afrocentric and community-centered interpretation of capoeira expression. The larger Grupo Nzinga is led by maestres Janja and Paulina in Brazil. Contramaestre Miriam has worked closely and studied under them both for over 20 years. Under the leadership of Miriam here in Atlanta, Grupo Nzinga has been active in not only conducting the typical responsibilities of running a martial arts school, including teaching classes, conducting public demos, etc., but also actively pursuing an intentional policy of community building, with a particular focus on highlighting the centrality of fully empowered womanhood to the struggle for liberation of African people. The cultivation of women as conscious agents of change is not only clear in the group's leadership structure, but also in the numerous educational community programs they conduct as part of their regular capoeira curriculum. Grupo Nzinga Atlanta works closely with many local, regional, and international organizations in pursuit of Pan-African solidarity and freedom. Grupo Nzinga Atlanta has worked closely with Friends of the Congo over the years, including inviting Friends of the Congo Atlanta's Kwame Wilbur to speak on a panel at Women's Empowerment through Capoeira Angola, African diaspora, corporeal practices, and networks. This happened last March, and most recently, Grupo Nzinga Atlanta's Contramaestre Miriam, speaking as a panelist at the Congo through history, culture, and activism. This history of collaboration at the highest levels has been bolstered by an organic exchange of people and energies between the organizations, which further emphasizes Grupo Nzinga Atlanta's commitment to solidarity with the Congolese people. We will now hear from Miriam, and then we will see a video presentation of the group's work. Welcome, Miriam, and thank you. You got it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. And before I say more, I just have to add one more line to that story, which is that I actually was born in southeastern Cameroon. And so I am also from the Congo. And that is an important part of why I value and practice capoeira from the standpoint that I do. Capoeira is African. Many of the practices that we are doing are only reclaiming and rescuing what is already ours. I thank you, Dr. Mukwege, for your work in the Congo. It's an honor to be here and to hear you speak. I am honored to be able to work with my maestras, Maestre Janja, Maestre Paulina, who are professors of race and gender in Brazil, which has 110 million of us Africans in their country, and who continue to face economic, political, and social oppression that has been made worse by this pandemic. But we stand in solidarity with them and with our friends in the Congo, because we know that our collective liberation will only be achieved through our work together as a people. And so for that reason, I have been honored to be supported. Grupo Nzinga has been honored to be supported by many organizations like Friends of the Congo. Brother Kwame showed up. He not only spoke on our panel, he took classes and he sang songs with us, as did Nia Mitchell and Kwajo, being a big supporter of the Capoeira Angola community here in Atlanta. We've been supported by Capoeira Angola communities in Birmingham, Durham, LA, New York, Chicago, the Seattle, the Miami. The list is so long of all of our allies and partners here in Atlanta. I see Brother Samori here with Morehouse, and our panel that was held at Morehouse was made possible because he opened the doors. So it's always something my teacher says, that if you make it in, leave the door open, at least leave it unlocked. And also that conference wouldn't have been what it was without the support of the Regional Council for Africans in the Americas, Brother Damani Akil, who introduced me to Mama Baina Bello with Fondation Félicité, who brought a lot of the wisdom that she has gathered over the years with her work in IET, empowering girls and really reclaiming and standing in the African identity that we all possess. Ultimately, the last thing I can't forget to say is that, you know, I'm only here representing what is a collective effort, and the many, many group members who have come, whether they've come for classes, come to watch, come to sing, or just asked what they can do to support. These things really matter so much, like how we stand up for and with one another. And so I appreciate Friends of the Congo for your tireless efforts here in the Atlanta community, also in support of the work happening on the continent. And may we all be successful and see a better world for our children, so that our ancestors may be proud of our efforts. Thank you.
Ashe, and thank you, Miriam. So the Friends of the Congo would like to present the Andrei Bluin Women's Empowerment Award. This award is awarded to an organization who has collaborated with the Friends of the Congo and demonstrated an exceptional understanding and practice of empowering and uplifting African women around the world. On behalf of the Friends of the Congo, we would like to present this Andrei Bluin Women's Empowerment Award. Grupo Nzinga Atlanta, we want to thank you for transcending the practice of capoeira as mere sport, mobilizing martial properties and African roots to engage in the work of Pan-African nation building. At the core of your work is a feminist approach, which recognizes and promotes the full humanity of African women through community education, leadership development, networking, and so much more. Dismantling patriarchal structures is very crucial in the struggle, and your model for activism illuminates a path for others to follow. Thank you, Miriam, for accepting this award. There we go.
I thank you, award recipients. We appreciate all of you and your contributions. Now, this time we'll have some words from Carrie Crawford from Friends of the Congo. Greetings, everyone, again. Now, soon we'll be hearing from the chairman, Friends of the Congo, Carrie Crawford, as soon as she get on. So I want to take a step back and just think about all of our great awardees that we had. Another round of applause to them. Great job. Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to Bobby and to everyone who is joining us today. Thank you for joining this Congo Week celebration. I first of all want to take the moment to thank the Atlanta chapter of Friends of the Congo for organizing this event. This is the first of our Congo Week award ceremonies. Hopefully this is the first of many to come in the future. We have been here doing Congo Week for the past 16 years, and we are always here raising the alarm about the cause of and the challenge of the Congo. And we thank you for all the phenomenal work that you all are doing out there in Atlanta. And we want to also give our congratulations to all of the awardees for the work that they have been doing in every walk of life. People are finding a way to support the cause of the Congo. And I want to specifically say to Dr. Mukwege, thank you, Doctor, for being a great son of the Congo, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And we want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your vision. Thank you for being one of the first to recognize, to understand, and to document that sexual violence was being used as a weapon of war in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And that it certainly has been a great detriment to the peace and security of the country. And so we thank you for your work. And we want to let you know, we know your journey has been long and difficult, and that it continues to be so. But we congratulate you today. We wanted to honor you, to thank you today and every day. And we want to let you know and remind you that we appreciate you, and we appreciate the work that you do. And all the people who work with you at Pansy Hospital and at the foundation, we pray for you. We pray for your safety, and we pray that you all gain the strength that you need to continue to do the difficult work that you are doing there in the Congo. And so once again, we thank you, and we recognize that you have been a strong voice, a voice for hope in the Congo. And we want to remind you that you're not facing this challenge alone. We are here. Thank you all for the work that you do.
Thank you, Ms. Crawford. And we can't celebrate Congo Week without a little bit of cultural aspects, right? So right now we're going to have a pre-recorded song. Oh, sorry, now we're gonna have the video from Nzinga to show real quick to show your contributions, and after that we're gonna have some cultural attributes. Next, we'll be having a poem read by Heather Ramirez.
Greetings. My family calls me Yaya. They took us from our home in Eden and dumped us in their land of sin. Revolution is now brewing from confusion within. Soon he will see the wrath of centuries of injustice. Soon his walls will cave in. All the while he's been living so confident and happy, just glad his skin's not dark and his hair's not nappy. He's the one that created the stereotypes in the first place, afraid of our natural beauty, one love and grace. So he used, abused, and continues to confuse. By default conditioning, in this warped society, we became alike, but not trying to be. It grew on us like a vine to a tree, covering all open space, polluting our minds, bodies, souls, and still spitting in our face. Only so much garbage can be consumed before we as a people do naturally what they'd never do. Purge them out of our systems back into their own doom. I keep going while the depths of hell try to contain me. Seems like I'm already there. Devils coming in all directions, trying to take them, break them, and got the scary ones scared. Deep inside, it's got me bothered. But for them, I don't care, because I know who I am, where I'm going, and how to get there. With or without understanding, our promised land is worth demanding. We keep feeling as if we're alone, but we must know that we all walk the same road home. Whether your path is shorter or your path is longer, each step makes us stronger. You must realize what we have. We must take a stand. Look at the devil in his eyes. Throw the devil behind. Realize the love that we have for each other. Look the devil in his face. And with his own shovel, put him back where he belongs. He's been carrying on far too long. It's about time for him to be gone, for our lives to carry on. With him out of the way, we can see our new day. And the love will no longer be shunned. And we won't feel the need to kill each other with guns. And those tattered and torn spirits, worn like well-aged grapes on their vine of life, are suddenly found to be better, sweeter, and wiser from all that strife. Yes, life will begin again once the devil's madness is put to an end. Give thanks.
We thank Sister Yaya Ramirez for those powerful words. But now it is time for us to introduce our pastor, our spiritual leader, Dr. Mark Wally Lomax. We will have a few remarks.
Good morning, Dr. Mcquay. I am Mark Wally Lomax, pastor of the First African Church in Lithonia, Georgia, USA. I am delighted to bring you greetings on behalf of our congregation. We know of your leadership, your dedication to the lives of the girls, women, and children of the Congo, and your courage to stand for those who cannot stand for themselves. We celebrate and honor you, sir. And in God's name, we thank you for your contribution to the welfare of African peoples. Like you, our congregation is committed to African liberation worldwide. We struggle to serve God through serving others as we preserve our African heritages. And remember the contributions of our ancestors to our present and the future. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us. You honor us by your presence. May God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Lomax. And now I think we will be hearing from the audience. Your comments will now be taken on the chat. And you can make your comments on the chat through Zoom.
Grand Rising, everyone. My name is Kojo Denso. I'm just gonna read some of it. I'll be back. Hey y'all, it's good to see y'all. We're all here today to celebrate, of course, the achievements of these great individuals and these great groups. And of course, there's the collective effort that goes behind everything. And very much included in that is literally all the people who are here watching this, and participating through engaging in the comments at home, giving the ashe, clapping, supporting the work that everyone here is doing. So in recognition of that, this is y'all's award is, we're going to read off some of the comments. So if you have stuff you want read, you got to put it in the chat. For here from Serge Luaga. Congratulations, Dr. Mukwege. Congo is proud of you. Very true. From Kamona Malembo to everyone. Congratulations, Dr. Mukwege. Congo loves you, and we appreciate what you have done for the people of the Congo. There we go. All right. Moving into, we have a nice long quote here from Monty McMurchie. Your comments, Doctor, are most well taken. In being a felt imperative, holding those DRC miscreants along with international enablers to pillage, harm, accountable, and law objective, as the good peoples of DRC have suffered long enough, along with being denied their rights and participating in the full economic profit engendered in, we're going to leave it there for now. We have some new comments coming in from M. Dito Mulumba. I love this. Congratulations, you all. Proud of Dr. Denis Mukwege. We love him very much. May God bless. All right. This is from Dr. Mukwege. Thank you, friends of the Congo, for your tireless support for justice and peace in the DR Congo. Thank you, Dr. Mukwege. We're going to leave it there for now. Oh, actually, just to be clear, there's lots of love in here in the chat from going out to Kokomato and Grupo Nzinga as well. So thank all of you, and we hope you enjoyed the remainder of today's show.
Our closing remarks and announcements.
Greetings and love, family. As mentioned, I'm Kwame from Friends of the Congo, Atlanta. And before I share, I do want to read from a quote from a speech that you're no doubt familiar with. It says here from our dearly beloved departed ancestor, Patrice Lumumba. At the height of the crisis, at the height of the time when the people in the Congo were under tremendous pressure, in a letter to his wife, says, "We are not alone. Africa, Asia, and the free and liberated peoples in every corner of the globe will ever remain at the side of millions of Congolese who will not abandon the struggle until the day where there will be no more colonizers and no more mercenaries in our country. I want my children, whom I leave behind and perhaps will never see again, to be told that the future of the Congo is beautiful and that their country expects them, as it expects every Congolese, to fulfill the sacred task of rebuilding our independence, our sovereignty. For without justice, there is no dignity, and without independence, there is no free men. I want to say with deep humility and honor and pleasure that I think the awardees this year have lived up to the challenge, have lived up to the expectation of Patrice Lumumba, that they will continue to fight for dignity and justice, not only for Congolese people, but for African people everywhere, for Pan-Africanism, justice and dignity for all humanity. And it is in that spirit that I want to say the awardees actually was a sense of our appreciation as Friends of the Congo Atlanta for the tremendous work they have done. And as pointed out before, the well-deserved appreciation of Coco Matto, who almost every weekend, in the midst of the COVID virus challenge, in the midst of the needs of their own families, they were out there, led by Brother Dede, helping and bringing a lot of much needed support to the Congolese people. I want to say likewise with Miriam Dormer and her mighty band of freedom fighters in Capoeira and Zinga that offer a safe space for women, children, and the disadvantaged. And not only offering a space to be saved from oppressors, but empowering them. Imagine that from the Congo, where women are abused and oppressed, the promise of Capoeira as a healing, liberating, and totally empowering space. Imagine what happens to the balance of power with the oppressor. So not, and of course, Dr. Mukwege's work. So I would like to say, we want to extend gratitude also to our friends in Atlanta, First African Church, tremendous amount of support. And, you know, the Atlanta University Center, it was not only Morehouse is certainly a lot. And we want to, you know, special praise must go out to Dr. Samori for the stellar work being done in a time where several people can go ahead to just pursue, quite rightly, their own well-earned respect, their own well-earned fruits of their work. These comrades that I have, who I'm extremely proud of, have decided to serve the people of Africa. So, and there's so many others in the Pan-African community in Atlanta. But of course, right? Because as you know, Atlanta has been a beacon for the likes of, you know, Dr. King, for one, Du Bois, Marcus Garvey was, you know, had a contradictory way here. You know, Walter Rodney walked through these parts. So it is that spirit, that African spirit that lives here, lives in the Congo, and that I am so proud to serve with my comrades in Friends of the Congo Atlanta. So you know what? I need y'all to give a big round of applause, despite the challenges, despite the technical and logistical challenges. My team, I'm so honored and proud to serve with them. It is that. We have friends, we have family, and we have comrades. Those comrades who stay with you, whether or not things are going well, you need to celebrate. They're also there with you when things start to get bumpy. It is that I'm extremely proud of. So we want to say to Dr. Mukwege, to the Congolese people, that we remain committed. Friends of the Congo Atlanta will continue to mobilize the people in Atlanta to pressure for an international criminal tribunal to deal with the injustices that have been brought to the hearts and lives of the people in the Congo. And so the work of the United Nations mapping report is something that we will dutifully and diligently continue to study and fulfill. We finally, well, not finally, but at this stage, want to point out that reparations for the people of the Congo is due, like reparations for African people everywhere is due. This is not, we're not talking necessarily about measuring what those reparations are going to look like. We say that a crime and that could no way be justified, the debt has to be paid. The debt has to be paid so that people in the future, so that children and others in the future might not suffer the same fate, so that the perpetrators of the crimes against humanity, against the Congo, do not continue to benefit from their ill-gotten goods, and that our children, our future, is no longer in fear of watching the perpetrators of the criminals walking around claiming to be better than us, because in effect, their only advancement came as a blood sacrifice from us, and that has to stop. That's why, as Lumumba said, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be 100 years from now, or as Peter Tosh said, Africa, the Congo, we're never gonna give it up. Straight ahead, we love y'all, stay tuned, and stay plugged in. The Congo will be, long live Lumumba, long live Friends of the Congo, long live the African people everywhere.
Ashe.
Thank you, Brother Kwame, for those words. Very inspiring always. All right, so closing out, we want to thank everyone who has been participating in Congo Week. Congo Week is every year in October. It is hosted here in the U.S. and internationally. You can always log on to congoweek.org to find out ways that you can be a part, ways you can donate and contribute also to the cause. And as of right now, to close us out, we're going to have a recording song from Tosinga in just a moment. God bless and thank you all for tuning in with us.
Hello everyone, I am Tosinga. I am a soul Afro Afro-jazz singer-songwriter based here in Atlanta, originally from Nigeria. And it's a great pleasure and honor for me to perform tonight for the Friends of the Congo. I support the work they're doing for the advancement and peace for the people of Congo, in particular and Africa in general. And with everything going on right now, Congo is bleeding, and so is Nigeria, and every part of the other countries in Africa. It is time for the change that we speak of to happen. I'll be doing 2 songs. The first one is using Congo instrumental and just singing words of encouragement and blessings on the country. Congo is speaking. Congo is speaking. It's time for the change that we speak of. It's time for brothers to dwell in perfect unity. Wamlele, wamlele, unabaki baba. Wamlele, wamlele, unabaki Yesu, yeah. Wamlele, wamlele, unabaki baba. Wamlele, wamlele, unabaki. Oh, we call on God to help us, strengthen us, unify us, so bring us together as one. Oh, the killings, the genocide must stop, the crimes must stop, it must stop. Oh, I think arise to your grace, arise to your consciousness, and heal the people. Oh, unity, 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 unity for all people. Unity, 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 unity for all people. Together we can, together we can survive. Together we can. Together we can be strengthened. Together we can move forward. Together we can fight for progress. United we stand. Riding before Congo is needed. We need him in our land. Congo is needed. Thank you very much. The second song is Heal the World. The African is healing right now. So it's an adaptation of Michael Jackson's Heal the World. Make it a better place for you and for me in time of grace. Make it a better place. Heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me in time of grace. Make it a better place.
be broken. Your lips, they may not speak, for some things cannot be spoken. But time will not forget about the price you had to pay for the greed of men who did not respect the woman, the Congolese woman, oh the woman. They hurt your body and your mind, and they take away your land. They take away your jobs, put guns in your enemies' hands. How many more must die before the whole world pays for the telling of the lies, the killings and the rape of the woman, the Congolese woman? You dry your eyes and you keep it going. Pull yourself up with your own strong hand, strong and ever reaching for the sky. That is a woman. Your spirit may fly away, and your body may be broken. Your lips, they may not speak, for some things cannot be spoken. But time will not forget about the price you had to pay for the greed of men who did not respect the woman, oh, the Congolese woman, the woman.